and hit record. Hey everyone, welcome to our Sunday evening coach call. Today's January 22nd. In case you're wondering when you're watching this back in replay. I'm going to go over a couple things that we would like to cover, and then we're going to toss the rest of the call over to Stephanie, who's going to lead us in some training tonight. So the first thing, I don't think we have anybody new on the phone call tonight, but if any new coaches are watching this replay later, I would like to welcome you to the team. And these are our bi-monthly calls that we have. So I just wanted to throw out that little introduction. The next thing I wanted to talk about real quick is Team Cup. Hopefully everybody is participating. I know that there's a lot of us that are leading teams. If you are not on a team, I would reach out to your upline and check, or reach out to your diamond and check to let you know a little bit more about what the Team Cup is. It is a month-long competition that will be taking place throughout the month of February, where we work in groups of 5. And the purpose of what we're really doing is to really concentrate on the 4 vital behaviors and really trying to put together some laser focus for our business. There is, I was looking for the stats and I couldn't find them, but I know that there is a higher percentage of successful coaches, of those that are reaching Success Club, those that are advancing in rank, that are participating in the Team Cup, than those who are not. So it's definitely worth your while to join and get on a Team Cup. Aside from learning how to strategically grow your business, there is some swag that we can win. So I looked up the prizes tonight because I didn't know what they were earlier. And there are basically 3 tiers, and it's all based on Success Club points for you as an individual, but then also collectively as a team. So tier 1 prizes, you can win, I believe it's a mini Bluetooth speaker, and to qualify for that, everybody or I shouldn't say everybody, you yourself must qualify for Success Club, and collectively the team must have 30 points. And then there are tier 2, I wrote it here, is a Beachbody cooler bag, and then tier 3 is a Shakeology hoodie. So there's some cool prizes out there that we can win, but more importantly, the prizes should not be the focus. That should be the reward and the result of doing our hard work for the Team Cup. If you want to read a little bit more, it's FAQ 1801, so you can look that up. I want to share with everybody really quick, though, my very first experience with the Team Cup. It was 5 years ago, and I was 6 months into being a coach. At that point, I was still at the coach level, had not achieved Success Club yet, obviously had not advanced in rank yet. Through joining the Team Cup and really working with the smaller group and becoming more laser focused during that competition, I did make Success Club for the very first time, and that is also when I advanced to Emerald rank. So I am part of those stats that I was talking about earlier, and I know that there's a lot of you out there also, and there's a lot of stories out there of where this has really helped propel you to the next level. All right. So if anybody has any questions on that, we can either take them later, or you can comment below and, we can get answers for you. Next thing I wanted to go over real quick, especially for newer coaches, the team calendar is up, and it is housed in the file section of the Goal Crushers Facebook page. So if you're, I go with the assumption everybody understands how groups work. So if you look at the tabs when you're in the Goal Crushers Facebook group page, you'll see there's a tab that says Files. If you click on that, it's actually the very first one because it was the newest file that was uploaded. That has the calendar, going forward of when our meetings are, different events and things like Team Cup and such like that. Okay. Does anybody have any questions or anything before we move on with our training? Nope. Okay.
Hey, Tony.
All right. So what I'm going to do, yes.
It's Paul, real quick. There's going to be a pinned post a little bit later on tonight on the Goal Crushers page. And you can put your name down there if you're looking for a Team Cup team.
Yes, I actually had that in my notes and I skipped right over it. So thanks for pointing that out.
Sure thing.
I skipped over that. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. So yeah, there will be a pin post later talking about the Team Cup and who's ever looking for to still get on a team. All right. So what I'm going to do at this point is, Stephanie, I'm going to pass the call over to you, and she is going to take us through some training. And I won't steal her thunder too much, but she has been posting using these tracking sheets, and she's going to go over about what it has done for her and how she uses them and why and whatever else she wants to train us on. All right, so I'm going to go on mute, and Steph, it's all yours.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, I just downloaded the thing to my computer instead of my phone. All right, maybe I'll turn up the volume, I don't know. Okay, so I'm sorry that I don't have anything like completely planned for this because this is kind of like just a random message that Paul sent me earlier this week and just asked me to share what I'm doing and using. Hang on, let me change my view here. I don't know. I can just see Adrian's name super huge across my screen, but that's okay. So what kind of sparked my thoughts on why I wanted to start printing the Power of Threes? And you guys, where I got this from was just a training. I was just viewing a YouTube video with Micah Folsom, and this was just one of her documents that she shared with her team, and I thought it would be useful for me. And this was like a year ago that I printed this, and I think I may have even shared it on the Goal Crushers team page a long time ago. I just never really committed to it. I shared it with my team a long time ago as well too, and I don't think it really stuck. Oh, I want the baby to fall out. But after coming back from having Jackson, I was just really lazy. I was in a funk. I didn't know how to get a routine down. And like I've shared with Ken and Trendy multiple times, I just have like squirrel brain. Like I still have a bazillion Post-it notes like all over my desk. I just don't know how to organize my thoughts because I have so many things that I want to do, and trying to work and take care of the kids and the house, it just consumes me. So just this last month, I feel like I kind of have a little bit of a routine down with a baby and the twins and work and all that stuff to where I could dabble more into my business than what I was doing, because honestly, I wasn't doing anything from basically the time that I found out I was pregnant till maybe like a month ago. I was just overwhelmed, and I'm still barely above water most days, but I feel like I can do a little bit, which is better than nothing. So I decided the Power of Three, so this little document, would help me focus what I needed or what I felt was most important that day. Because honestly, like if you've seen my post before this one, you could probably see better. I can sometimes not get anything done, and that I know we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but some days I can't brush my teeth. So if I can just fill in one square a day, it makes me feel like I've at least done something for my business. So that's better than nothing. So what I've done is I printed one for each day, or one page for each week of the whole year. I figured I'm just going to print them all right now. I have them in a folder, and I filled out, January, week 1, 2, 3, all the way down through the rest of the year. And I put down, to break it down, tell me if I'm going too fast or you guys want me to share something else, but this is what I've done. I labeled each day of the week, the days that I work, the days that I have activities with the boys, whether I have to go shopping, run errands, take them to sports, whatever. And then whatever I feel I can fit in that day is the little square I highlighted or outlined in a Sharpie. And that just, for me, that's kind of taken a big weight off my shoulders, because if I can just say, all right, today's Monday, I'm building or adding value to 5 relationships, I'm presenting the business, Facebook post, workout of the day, Shakeology are those are no brainers. So those I always get done. But if I can do at least 3 things and check them off, then I've done one more thing than I probably wouldn't have if I didn't have this sheet or a list. So there's a bazillion power trackers, power hours. Ken has shared multiple with us since I started. There's some in the back office, but I don't know, this is just what works for me. I kind of want to make it different. Maybe I'll have Jamie make one for me where the spaces are a little bigger because I write too big, and it makes it a little bit sloppy for me. But since starting this, so which was January week 1, I mean, I've hit Success Club 12 right now, but I have 3 All Access Challenge packs in the works. Hopefully they get completed at the end of the month. But at least doing this has moved me forward. So it's nothing great or grand. We've all been given these tools before, but for some reason you guys are jumping on it. And I don't know if it's because I'm actually posting what I'm doing each week and holding myself accountable. I know I shared this one this week, which was last week, and there's a lot of blank spaces. And last week was just a rough week for me. I can't do everything myself at home and at work, and some weeks it just piles up. So that's me and that's my business. So I can be proud or be mad at what I've done or didn't do, but at least I know some boxes are filled out, and I can hold myself accountable. So I don't know. Hope that helps you guys. And I don't know, Ken or Trendy, you guys can help me out here, but now, before, adding to my network was not hard. Building relationships wasn't hard, but I'm come to the point where I'm ran out of like my warm market, which is why I'm super grateful for the training that we're going through right now. But do you guys still reach out and add to your network outside of, you know, your free groups that you're running since you guys have started the training? Because right now, honestly, if this training didn't happen, I feel I wouldn't want to progress or proceed with my business, because I'm so tired of reaching out to random people now, just being like, please be my friend, or I'm just adding you because I liked your Facebook picture on, I don't know, my friend's page, and you look like you like fitness, so be my friend. And I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, so I want to start out saying that I keep talking about the 5 steps of running a successful business. The first one is connecting with people. And creating a follow-up system. So it doesn't matter how you're getting people into your follow-up system, as long as you're going out there, you're connecting with people. If they're talking back to you on the street, if they're talking back to you on your personal Facebook page, if they're talking back to you on your like page, Instagram, whatever it is, if someone's talking back, they should be in a follow-up system, and you should be getting them third-party tools. Depending on how many people you want to be talking to at once, it's up to you. If you don't feel like you're adding enough people to your follow-up system, then you have to find other ways to connect with people and meet people. For a new coach, what we're doing is we are actually setting them up with an electronic follow-up system, and we're having them print their Facebook friends list. And the only thing we're having them do is actually go through their Facebook friends list and just say hi. They can pick the number. Maybe it's 10 people a day, or maybe it's 20 people a day, but they're just going through their list and they're saying hi to them. They say hi back. They go into the follow-up system. You keep following up, building the relationship, and then when it's time, you say, hey, you know what? If I send you this video on what I do, would you watch it type things. So we don't, right now we have so many people through our like page that we don't need to be reaching out and friend requesting people, because you don't need that. But other people that aren't running a like page, other people that aren't running Instagram, they're going to have to do that. It doesn't matter how you get people into the follow-up system, as long as you're getting people in there. If you're not getting people in there, the only thing you should be concentrating on is finding a way to do it. Does that make
Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want me to share any more? Does anybody have any questions? Because that's just.
Stephanie, I have a question.
Yeah.
It's Paul. So why do you think every coach should have a tracking system for their like this, or use one like this for their business?
Well, as a new coach, and especially for me, like I started out with this and then felt that I didn't need to write anything down, I guess. I don't know if that's how I thought in the beginning, but I was just overwhelmed. I didn't know what I should be doing when I sat down at my computer. I'd message one person and whatever, friend request them or add them to my network, and then I'd say, ooh, then I need to go and maybe check my free group. And then, oh, maybe I need to go, I don't know, listen to a personal development podcast in the background. And I would just be all over the place. And now I can just sit down and say, what am I doing on Monday? These are the 5 things I'm doing. Check, 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 check. And some days, like I know Kenneth said this in the past when he uses Asana, which I use Asana now, but he'd be like, oh, I have 10 people on my list to follow up with them. And oh, I did that in 10 minutes. Well, I still have whatever, 50 minutes left in my power hour. Now I can go do something else. So you realize that you maybe have more time than just an hour. So if I didn't write this down or have just a few tasks I have each day of the week, I would be doing a lot of busy work, or I'd just be thinking about what I needed to do instead of actually doing it. And that gives me a lot of anxiety, is just thinking about what I have to do and then I don't do it because I get too overwhelmed. So I think having a tracking system just kind of takes the anxiety away, shows you like where you need to focus your energy on. Like for me, obviously my focus, my energy is I need to build new relationships. And that's horrible because that's what the biggest thing in our business is. But I'm running out of, not that I'm running out of people, but I feel like I've reached out to just a lot of people, I guess, in my warm market or on my face. I've printed out my Facebook friends list so many times, and I've reached out to people and, you know, said hi to them at least 3 times, and whether they're messaging me back or not. But it shows you what you need to work on. That's what I've learned just the past 2 weeks.
Got it. So it helps you focus. It takes less time to run your business because you are focused.
Yeah.
And that which there's a saying that they have, and Jeff Hill, the executive vice president of the network, says a lot. You grow what you track.
Yes.
So if you're tracking the vital behaviors via a tracking sheet, you'll actually grow your business of the things you're tracking. You'll grow your contacts, you'll grow your business presentations, you'll grow your follow-ups, and because you're tracking. So I love it. Thanks for sharing that.
Welcome. I don't know, does anybody have anything else? Has anybody started using it? I know a lot of people asked for me to email it to them. Has it been helpful or not helpful, or using something else? I don't know.
I have a question. This is Victoria. Hey guys. I have a book, and I have also recently started using Asana for tracking purposes, and that is fantastic, by the way. Thanks, Ken and Trini. I have sent your Power of 3 electronically to all my coaches, and I have printed one myself. It sits right next to me. Because I have a system that I use, so when I sit down, I know the first thing I have to do is to add to my network, and then I know I have to do my follow-up, and then I know I have to invite. If I sit down for 30 minutes and I don't do all three, I don't get up and I don't go on Facebook. So I keep a laser focus and I do what I have to do within the 30. With that said, when you created this forum, after I printed it and I set it next to me, every time I would look, it's next to me, literally, like I look and I kind of cross-reference, you know, from your forum to what I'm doing and just make sure that I cover all basics. And I want to say it's really helpful. It's definitely a reminder for a couple of things, for like, you know, make sure you are promoting the business aspect, because we're not just in to help people save wealth, but give them opportunity for an income so they can also go help others. And so that definitely was a reminder whenever I would look over to my left and then I'll see the form sitting there. So thank you for that. It has helped me a ton, and I have shared with a lot of my coaches. And when we sit down to chat, we use the power of three because everybody's strapped for time. And, you know, the common thing we are here is I don't have enough time, or I haven't, you know, I've been too busy. I didn't get to this, that, and the third. But at least I said, if you have 30 minutes, you can blow most of this. You know, it's more than, like you said, it's more than you would have done if you did absolutely nothing. So I don't know. I guess that's a question and a comment and everything combined. But thank you for putting that together.
Welcome.
Tony, are you there?
Sure.
All right. What you got to say?
Well, pretty much any questions I had were already asked and answered. I really didn't have anything else on my list. But before I go on, I do have a comment in general that I want to say. Does anybody have anything else that they want to ask or cover, go over, anything?
I can talk about something really quick that Trenny and I have been talking about lately.
Okay.
It's called being a visionary. And so as coaches, we need to connect with people. We were just talking about that. And as you're connecting with people, you're getting to know them and you're getting to find out what their goals are. Once you find out their goals, you can ask to send a third-party tool by the, if I sent you a video, would you watch it type question. Well, as you're sending people third-party tools, you always have to have in the back of your mind, because they're going to come back with objections. They're going to come back with questions, whatever it is. You always have to have in the back of your mind, what does this person need to know to want to join us? So you always have to be a visionary. So the same thing happens before they get into the challenge group. Like say they commit to something. You have to think like, what does this person need to know to be successful in this challenge group? Do they know how to track their stuff? Do they need to know that interacting with people in the challenge group is going to help them out? Do they need to know their nutrition plan? Should we start working right now on the container system so when they get that, they know exactly what to get at the grocery store and to buy it? Do they need to know how to print out the calendar to follow, you know, in their actual workouts? So you always have to have a vision, like where is this person going? So then they get into the challenge group. Maybe they're struggling. Maybe they're not posting. Maybe they're not, interacting. Again, you have to have a vision. What is wrong with this person? Why aren't they doing this? And you have to be able to call them out and ask them, saying, hey, why aren't you doing this? You know, the reason why this is so important is because when you do post, other people get to see your face and they get to know you and they're going to become your support system. As I start, like while they're in the challenge group, as we start sharing coaching videos with them, you know, it's hardly ever that they just come back and say, yes, sign me up. But you have to have that vision, like what do they need from me right now to really have that confidence that they're going to be able to coach. So we make little 2-minute videos and we talk about our training system. We talk about the support that we're going to give them starting on their journey. We talk about our Goal Crusher page. Like what, just everything we have, all the tools we have to make them a successful coach. So when they do become a coach, they're going to be able to use those tools. So I want you to start thinking, it's not just selling a challenge pack and asking them to become a coach. There's so many steps in between for people to get them success in every step of their process. When we get on a Getting Started Right call, right away, you can tell by the person if they're going to be a shy person, if they're ready to start reaching out to people just by their confidence level, what they know. Maybe it's going to take a week or two of working one-on-one with them to give them the confidence to get out there and start sharing things. Maybe it's going to take them getting through Coach Basics, but you always have to be thinking back, like, what does this person need to become successful? So, and I missed that for the first 4 years of my coaching business. And I think it's helped us so much, just thinking, like, every week we'll sit down and we'll look at all our challengers and we'll think, what does this person need right now? Like, okay, they haven't logged in 3 days. Let's reach out and find out why. Oh, they were sick. Okay. Well, maybe they need a couple more days before we start really harping on them. Like, it's just, we sit there and we go through every single person. Like, is this person ready to be asked to watch a video about a coaching opportunity? Is this person need help with their nutrition? I got on a phone call. She was about ready to quit and cancel her Shakeology. I got on a phone call with her today. She said she never even tried the container system. Well, okay, the vision that we need to have with her is to help her, figure that out. So it's just things that I was missing that I just wanted to share with you guys.
Yeah, I'll follow up with that. I think those are all really good points, and I think they're super important. Just as the programs themselves have a plan, like, you got the calendar, right, and you've got the nutrition plan. I think we need to have a plan with everybody that we bring into our groups, either as a challenger or a future coach, to sit down and have a plan with them. And that's kind of our job, to guide them in the right direction, to set them up for success. Think about it. Somebody did that for us. We didn't just come in and all of a sudden, went from 0 to 60 right away overnight. We all struggled. Some of us still struggle. I still have setbacks. So, it's reason to believe that everybody else is too. And everybody is different. So yeah, I agree. There's no one set way, to approach everybody as a blanket, which really goes into something that we've always talked about, developing those relationships. When you get to know the people that you are helping, you get to learn more about what their actual needs are, and where somebody may need help with their nutrition versus, trying to, find a set time to do their workouts, to shutting off some outside distractions. I don't know, whatever the case may be. I don't know. You guys agree? Does that make sense? Okay. By nods of heads, I see yes. All right. So I see where we have a timer. We're just under 7 minutes. So the other thing that I was going to talk about real quick, it kind of came to mind, is getting to events. And we talk about this all the time. And I'm just going to end the phone call with this one last time. Making it a priority to get on these meetings. They're important to our business. So we go over, different tips. We talk about things, maybe, whatever we're talking about, you have that insight that it helps you move your business along further. Getting to Super Saturdays are super important. Being able to meet your fellow teammates in person is huge. I can't tell you how huge it is. Getting to events like summits, some of the very first people that I met at my very first summit were Ken and Trenny. And I was sitting in the lobby and they come walking up, and even though that was the very first time we had physically met, it was like we were long lost friends, and we went back forever. And it was because of being in the groups, the challenge groups, showing up daily, and then being part of these video meetings and being able to see and interact and hear the voices, and just you get to understand not only the business, but your teammates. And that's how, in my opinion, we grow and gel as a team. Even though you're running your own individual business, we're still a team. We still have to come together, and we pull on each other for, for support and for motivation and for accountability and for guidance. So that's my little speech about the importance of getting to events, starting with, these phone calls. Anybody else have anything they want to add?
Amen to that.
Okay. All right. So we got an amen, and we've got about 4.5 minutes left. So as far as I'm concerned, I think we're good unless anybody has any last minute, really quick questions or a quick comment that we can address or share. Otherwise, I think we're good for tonight. All right, by everybody's silence, I think we're good. So,
all right, everybody, let's have a great week. Let's use some trackers. Let's make some connections and get them in that
There's
track.
some lives.
Let's get this going.
yes, let's definitely get it going. All right, we'll see you guys around.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.